Hey Aquarius, this is Alicia with Twisted Tarot here to do your February 2019 to mid-March 2019 Twin Flame Tarot reading. Thank you everyone for all your likes, shares, subscribes, comments. You guys are amazing. My channel has grown so much since November of last year. I just started, so you guys have made it amazing. I have over 600 subscribers, so thank you so much. I really appreciate all of your support. I'm very sorry these videos are late. As most of you know, my grandfather passed away. I got horribly sick on my way to Colorado for the funeral. And so I'm trying to get all the videos out now and kind of recuperate at the same time. So I am back. So I apologize. So you'll have two readings for March. You'll have one through mid-March and one through the end of March. So like 1st through 15 type of deal. I just put mid-March on the Scorpio video. So I'm just trying to get the last air signs out. You guys are first. We have Aquarius, Libra, and Gemini. So, all right, thank you guys so much for everything. I'm super sorry they're late again. For most of you that know how I read, I'm an intuitive reader. So what that means is if you see a tarot card and I see something slightly different or different than the way you learn tarot or other tarot readers, just know that I am an intuitive reader, so I'm picking up tons of different messages that are coming from that card that may have nothing to do with the traditional tarot. Now, I do try to incorporate the tarot as I learned it into my readings, so keep that in mind as well. So I try to combine both, but sometimes the intuition takes over and they tell me this card means this, and it may be totally different. So also, it is general, so take what resonates, leave the rest. I'm pulling in a lot of messages. They don't always... they don't know, I can't discriminate. It is for the collective. So if you're not getting a message in my readings, I highly recommend that you like, share, subscribe, comment, especially commenting, because that way when I pull for the collective, I can pull for you and you can get your messages out. Another way is a personal reading. You can click in the link in the description box below. It will take you to my Facebook page. My reads are there. I don't do just twin flames. So if you need something general, or you just need to talk about love or a soulmate or a karmic or whatever you've got going on, I can definitely help you with that. So that's awesome. Also, if the messages are reversed, take it that way. I'm pulling in a lot of information and a lot of messages, and sometimes they do get flip-flopped. So that does happen. And I've listened to other tarot readers on YouTube. It's happened to me. Just take it that way. It's meant that way for you then. So what else? Yeah, so it is general, guys. I think that's pretty much it. Okay, all right. Let's get this ball rolling for your reading. I wanted to say that the song that I was hearing as I was shuffling, and I don't know YouTube's copyright laws, so I'm not going to play it here because I don't have the rights to the song, obviously, and I don't know how YouTube treats that. But the song I heard while I was shuffling for you is from the 1975, and it's called The Ballad of Me and My Brain. Such a good song. Highly recommend you listen to it. So it may be relevant to your situation right now. So it's a really awesome song. All right, so we're going to chime the chime and get into your reading. And if you're wearing headphones, you might want to take them off because it can get pretty loud. Awesome. Okay, so these are astrological cards. Spirit helps me take two to see what twin flame sign, astrological sign you might be dealing with. If your twin sign does not come out, it does not mean that this reading isn't for you. If it does come out, however, it could resonate more with you if the sign does come out. So just keep that in mind. Again, it is general, y'all, so it can resonate. Small messages, all of it, parts of it. So that's how we roll. All right, let's see. Spirit, who is Aquarius's twin? We have another Aquarius. Awesome. Who is Aquarius's twin? Okay, and we got two more. We have Taurus and Capricorn. All right, so you could be dealing with another Aquarius, a Taurus, or a Capricorn for this reading. Beautiful. All right, mutual energy between you and your twin is the Four of Swords reversed. Now this card, kind of like the sun, it typically means the same thing whether it's reversed or upright. It could be talking about taking a break from this connection. It could be talking about resting, maybe not putting in as much work in the connection. It could be that you have rested and you want to. So there's a couple messages. It could be that you have rested for some of you and you want to put in the work into this connection. For a lot of you, it's just kind of feeling overworked, overburdened maybe by this connection. It could be draining you. It could be causing you to be up at night and have insomnia and not sleeping well, nightmares type of energy. I kind of feel for it. It is only the 4. So it's kind of causing a little bit of stress, so we're not overwhelmed like the 9 or the 10 or the 8 as we get higher. But but this is definitely an energy where I'm feeling like, excuse me, somebody needs, both one or both of you need to kind of chill. All right, let's see. All right, first card on your side, Aquarius, we have the Communicator. And it is ruled by the planet Mercury, which rules Virgo and Gemini. So you could have Virgo and Gemini in your chart. I got this for the Scorpio twin side yesterday. So it says words have power. So really this card talks about communication and using the power of your words. You may be in a position at work or in school or in a career that you're currently in that requires you to speak to others, to give speeches, to speak at meetings, give PowerPoint presentations, to read articles, etc. out loud. That type of, you could be a professor too for some of you, or a lecturer. You could be giving a lecture for others in any type of capacity. So this symbolizes someone who's truthful, outspoken, flexible, clear, quick, relatable, friendly, intelligent, open-minded, intuitive, psychological, discriminating, informed, and articulate. Beautiful. Next card we have is Flip It Upside Down. Question your beliefs. So this one talks about maybe there might be something that you believe about this connection, or you believe about yourself or someone else, or the way you view spirituality that kind of needs to be flipped upside down. Spirit's saying challenge that belief because there's something about it that may need to be that you're not seeing. And for some of you, it just requires a little bit more delving deeper into the situation, maybe doing some more research about the topic that they're referring to. And most of you will know what this is about. All right, so let's see here. Let's read. This is a newer deck. It is from the Hero's Journey Dream Oracle. And 9 may be relevant too. It is a very single type number, or 27. You may be born on the 27th. Or that might have, or you were born on 2/7 because it is February. I still believe that falls into the under the Aquarius umbrella. So everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of the freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given circumstance, to choose one's own way. Sorry, I gotta let my dog in. All right. The message is, what's true in the ordinary world is flipped on its head in the extraordinary world of dreams and the heroic life of magic and miracles. In ordinary life, it's instinctual to run from things that scare you. But when you face those fears in a dream, you increase your personal power. In dreams, the tragedy of fire, flood, and destruction can symbolize rapid change and new birth. If you get stuck in black and white thinking, all you have to do is flip yourself upside down, literally or figuratively. I'm feeling acrobatics or yoga for some of you might be relevant. You either do it or you want to. Could help use, and it's going to sound weird, but could help you see things from a different perspective, and can also open you up spiritually, can also relieve stress and what you may have been going through with this Four of Swords energy. And that's to see the world from a dream's perspective. When the sky becomes the ground and the ground becomes the sky, you realize you have the freedom and the ability to flip reality on its head. No matter how rigid the belief or experience, it's just waiting for you to turn it around. It's all his fault becomes it's all my responsibility. And she doesn't love me transforms into I am loved more than I could ever perceive. So a lot of it could be thought-based. A lot of you may be having some thoughts that are negative or not serving you well. It could be with that Four of Swords energy here that are kind of draining you possibly. So they're trying to get you to flip that upside down, challenge those beliefs that you have about yourself and others, and really kind of see things from a dream perspective. So very beautiful. Next card we have is Moonstone, mystery and intuition. Okay, so Moonstone is typically associated with, I believe, Cancer. I always associate anything with the moon as well to any water signs or Pisces. So could have Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio in your chart, or you're dealing with someone like that. But also talks about the mystery and intuition. So this is like really talking about paying attention to your dreams. That there's something they're trying to communicate with you through that. It's also, I would purchase the Moonstone. I use it on all my decks. I actually used it on my clarifying deck for you guys. I kind of rotate stones depending on how I'm feeling when I put them on top of the decks to clear some of the energy as I'm shuffling for y'all. So let's see what the book has to say on that. I'm curious because I'm sure they have more. This card is asking you to take time to observe the mysteries around and within you, such as your dreams, intentions, and relationship to the world. Work on honing your psychic skills. Yeah, so that moonstone can help you hone in on your psychic skills. I forgot that is one of the characteristics. Deepen your intuitive understanding of the sacred. Oh, you might need the sacral chakra. That might be relevant for some of you. You might have to use moonstone on your sacral chakra. Deepen your intuitive understanding of the sacred through travel, study, connecting with mystical sites, spiritual workshops, observing nature, and discovering the god or goddess within. Moonstone is an enhancer of clairvoyance. This gem represents the high priestess, keeper of feminine mysteries and intuition. As you might expect, Moonstone resonates with the moon. It is asking you to connect with your emotions, open up to the deeper meanings and inner workings of life. Excuse me. Take time to delve into your intuitive state. This card also asks you to become attuned with the cycles of the moon. Notice its phases. Chart how they affect your body. Moonstone stimulates the functioning of the pineal gland, balancing the hormonal cycles with nature's rhythms. So for some of you, you may be feeling out of balance emotionally or physically, hormonally, and they're talking about tracking that and carrying that stone with you and using it. Again, I think your sacral chakra needs, I think that's also where personal power comes from. Also could, I'm not sure if it surrounds the reproductive system, but I believe it's near there. So I would put it on that chakra, and specifically. You could also use it on your third eye because we are talking about intuition here. We're talking about clairvoyance and all those things. You could just hold it or put it in your purse or just put it in your pocket, whatever works for you. Just kind of carry that stone around. It's very beautiful, but yeah, it also has to do with the moon and the cycles. So you may want to kind of chart that out in a book and see how you're feeling emotionally. I know that when the moon is full, my emotions are like insane. But when the moon is like waning, I'm not actually feeling, or waxing, I guess I'm just not actually feeling it as it goes lower and lower. Or as, not lower and lower, but as the moon cycles, it literally, the moon's light is fading for me, and my emotions are less and less. So, and I'm an Aquarius moon, so I really connect with you guys on this level. So it's very beautiful. Some additional meanings are some archangels you might want to look up that you could call on them as Haniel, Hermiel, Ragiel, and Raziel. Work with the moonstone for revelation of your past lives during dream time. Yeah, you might want to put one under your pillow. I usually do that. I haven't done it in a while, but I used to. Remember to extend compassion to yourself and others, especially at this time. Unblock and enhance communication with your beloved. You are receiving help with the changes in your life on the physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual levels. Connect with the clairvoyant, clear seeing, and clairsentient, clear feeling abilities. So you may also be a reader like me, or you may do Reiki, or they were talking about spiritual workshops earlier, embracing that as well. So these are just definitely some mysterious things you guys may be interested in. You may be interested in the occult. Not a cult, the occult. You may be interested in metaphysical areas, and they're telling you that's one of the stones that you need to work with that will help. That's beautiful. All right, then we have the Ace of Swords reversed. So I feel like this is actually self-deception for a lot of you. It may be that you're not seeing something clearly, but you're kind of refusing to see it. And I'll clarify this in a little bit, but the Ace of Swords, I'm feeling like there's some type of inherent truth in your intuition, or maybe you feel like your intuition is blocked, so maybe that's why the moonstone's here to kind of help you with that. It could be that you feel like your psychic abilities are blocked for some of you. This card is a lot of different messages here. It also talks about an inherent truth, but you have to go within to find it. That like this, I would say, yeah, you're really finding that truth out. You're really going within and you're really figuring out what it is, because look, his eyes are closed and he's got some type of enlightenment coming out of him right here with this sword, this thought, this truth. But here it's like, no, like you haven't gone in, you haven't done the work yet, okay, for some of you, or you're blocked in this area. It could be, again, with clairvoyance, or you could be feeling like this area is blocked for you, like when you're giving readings or when you're healing at this time. Maybe you need some healing. I feel like this card talks about healing. It's not normally like that, but they're telling me it is in this instance. Next card we have is destruction. Okay, so it may be that there's some destruction around you and you're just like, I don't care. Like, I don't even want to see it. I don't even want to look at it. Like, I'm not even, like, I'm too scared is what I'm feeling for some of you. It's almost like you're just too scared to see that you have to make the changes in yourself as well. And this, because this destruction is like almost, how do I express this? I'm feeling like the way I see the destruction, it's almost like as soon as you go within, as soon as you heal, as soon as you address this truth that you've been kind of hiding or pushing down, or I feel like it's emotions too. I feel like a lot of you are stifling emotions as well. Once you do that though, then this destruction stops. It's almost like you're the creator, but you don't know that. You may not know that. There could be things going on around you as well. So it's not necessarily all, I'm not saying it's all something you've created, or that, I'm just saying that you have the ability to react or not react to that, or how you process it is going to be a big deal to keep it from getting bigger and bigger and more destructive, and for it to kind of lessen into just a little pile of garbage instead of a big ass tornado. Okay. Next message we have is butterfly, a change for the better. So whatever has happened here, maybe this destruction that's taken place, they're telling you that it is a change. There is a change that's going to take place. So this was necessary. So if you feel like the destruction is all your fault, and maybe this is the thoughts that you're kind of beating yourself up about as well in this card, for some of you, I would really re-examine that, because I think that it's a change for the better. So it's almost like learning how to quell the destructive thoughts, learning how to quell the destructive behaviors, externally and internally. I feel like it was saying, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually. Got a lot going on there, guys. Okay. Twin flame message, I can't handle your words right now. This could be blocking someone out from talking to you. That's causing destruction. So the more and more you don't talk to this person, or you don't talk about what's going on, this destruction just keeps boop, and they're going to keep destroying things around you to get your attention as well. For some of you, could be your twin. Next card, we have the Muse, ruled by Venus. Beautiful, the goddess of love. I inspire and I am inspired. So, excuse me. It's almost like for a lot of you, you've connected with a past life as a fairy. You maybe collect elephants or fairies, or something to do with Hinduism, things like that. But I kind of feel like for a lot of you, you may live in India, or that may be some part of your culture or background. For others of you, it's just connecting with this kind of other world, this like fairy world, this forest, kind of like fantasy. So you may like fantasy, you may like to read fantasy novels, or what do they call them? I guess it's manga for some of you too. But kind of that whole, you connect with a whole nother world. And it says that I inspire and I am inspired. So you may be inspired to create some type of, you may be an artist that creates those type of images here, or sculptures and things like that. And you're also being inspired by this world to create your work. So that's very beautiful. And I love this color. So if you guys don't own this color, you might want to rock it. It's like a maroon, a very pretty, gosh, I can't think of the name for this kind of pink, but very maroon color on the outside. And it's just, the colors blend very well there in that card. 24, the unknown is your friend. Lean in to embrace what's next. And that also goes down to a 6. Interesting. Yeah, you may need to learn to embrace what's coming and what's unknown. It may be stressing you out because you don't know what's coming for a lot of you, and that could be why. But they're wanting you to embrace that. Because it says lean in to embrace what's next. What is that feeling when you're driving away from people and they recede on the plane till you see their specks dispersing? It's the too huge world vaulting us in and it's goodbye. But we lean forward to the next crazy venture beneath the skies. Jack Kerouac. Message. Stand on the shore of what you think you know and feel the unfamiliar enticing you forward. Up ahead, just over the horizon, there is a glimmer of foreign territory. Be filled with the spirit of adventure and inspired to let go of the familiar. Turn within and connect with what you want to carry with you. Take only that which is essential. Aware that life is on your side and the unknown is your friend. Hear the calling, muster your courage, and go for it. Okay, so it's possible that you want to visit a foreign country, or you've been thinking of moving there, or just in general kind of traveling. So for some of you, I'm seeing that you're ready to go. You're packing only the necessities. You may be backpacking, maybe across Europe is what I'm hearing for some of you, but that's really interesting energy here. So they're talking about just go. Just embrace this next journey and just go. That's beautiful. All right, past life, gifts and reviews. So this may have something to do with the past life for you. This moonstone here, so you are possibly a sage, or you had abilities in a past life with the clairsentience, clairaudience, to see things before they happened, to have intuitive knowledge just like I do and other tarot readers, without really understanding where that came from. And maybe you were like, where the hell does that come from? That comes from a past life. They're telling you here that you have gifts that you have experienced before. They also talk about wherever you're trying to travel to, or whatever religion you're drawn to or culture you're drawn to, it's because you were involved in that in a past life. So, wow, very beautiful here. Next card we have is the 7 of Wands. Okay, so I feel like this is kind of keeping people out right now, keeping people away from your heart, keeping people away from your emotions. Like, you're almost like, I literally don't want anybody, I don't want to talk to anybody, I don't want to see anybody, I kind of want to just, excuse me, hermity retreat maybe, but not necessarily on a spiritual way. It's almost like I just want to sit with my own thoughts. I want to sit with my own emotions. I want to process them. I just don't want anybody to talk. I just don't need any chatter. I don't need anybody's opinions or trying to get advice, or the need for me everybody needs to back off is what I'm feeling from this card. This is a huge, this is like, to me, almost like a huge wall that you're kind of putting up here. And it may be for good reason. So we'll find out more, and I'll give you some more information as we go along as to how I feel about it. Yeah, okay. Because you guys are in a dark night of the soul. Okay, so that would make a lot of sense. So there's been a lot of destruction because of that. Okay. So somewhere in this dynamic, you've been feeling like the reason you don't want people to come near you is because you're protecting them from what you're doing to yourself. Just in general, you may just be out partying, doing drugs, drinking. You could be using that to escape. I don't see that here specifically, but this dark night of the soul is kind of like that energy for me. It's kind of like the devil in a way. In a tarot deck, I would see the devil as the dark night of the soul, just for me personally, as a reader. So it's kind of addressing that the reason you're trying to protect your heart so well is because you just don't have, you're like, stay away from me. I need only people come around me right now that are going into this dark night of the soul. If you're not there, or you're not doing this, I suggest you highly stay away from me, because I'm causing destruction. And it's a very sad energy here, and I'm feeling very emotional while doing your reading. Whew. Next card is lightning. Yeah, control your anger or you will be sorry. Okay. All right, guys. So with this dark night of the soul, and I completely understand where you're coming from right now, you may not be in the mood to mince words. You may be very cutthroat and to the point, and your words are going to be, they'll sting. Because at this point, you have backed yourself purposefully into a corner. And you've kind of put up that whole, please don't approach me, stop what you're doing, waving the flag of like, hey, don't come here, or whatever, like, don't come here, don't come into my space right now. And for some of you, it's causing anger because when they do come near you, they don't know yet. There's some people who still don't know, like almost like they just don't know what you're going through and they don't know where your head is at. And so they're going to be like, hey, what's, you're going to be like, you may blow up at them. Or you may feel very, like you're going to be very angry with them. And I don't know what the planetary bullshit's in right now. I can't say, but this could be for some of you. Definitely be careful with your anger because it could come back to bite you. So try and keep it under control because those that are pushing you further and further away into this corner, that are not listening when you say, hey, back off, I get why you probably would snap and say something, but please be careful because it's very possible that could backfire in a huge way here. I don't know why or how, but that's what they're saying. I feel badly for the way that I treated you. You didn't deserve that. That's another message for your twin. So yeah, you may have been treating them badly, or you may be like, I don't want to talk to you. You may not even be communicating that as well. For some of you, it's like you think you're communicating it or you think you're being obvious in your actions, but your words may not. So try and make your actions and your words fit. Maybe a little less action and a little more telling them, hey, you know, or depending on the person, you may have to flip it around and do a little bit more action. But I'm getting that song now a little bit more action. A little less conversation, something like that. So, you know, make it fit how it fits for you guys, what you need to do. What's not working, just flip it upside down. Yeah. All right. The celebrity. Ooh, we have the sun. I lead with my light. Could be dealing with a Leo or have Leo in your chart. Very beautiful. So this person is charismatic, imaginative, luminous, confident, authentic, inspiring, passionate, magnetic, impactful, public, fashionable, independent, noble, generous, and unique. Oh my gosh, yes. So this is a lot of symbolism that I see when Aquarius is when they're in their element, okay? So you want to lead with your light. So we know right now you're possibly in this destructive / dark night of the soul kind of phase here. And this is kind of coming out. So this could be the next row. We'll see if we can if the sun shines and comes out. And I know that spring is not quite sprung here in the United States, but my birthday falls on the first day of spring. So I'm hoping that we're going to get some more of this sun, and that might help with a lot of you. You might need more sun. You might need more vitamin D. But yeah. Okay, X marks the spot. See the love in disguise. Number 8. 435, if that means something to you, could be a lucky number. So let's see what they have to say about X marks the spot when it comes to love. This being human is a guest house. Every morning a new arrival, a joy, a depression, a meanness, some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all. The dark thought, the shame, the malice. Meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. Rumi. See, that's kind of what you guys are going through. It's kind of like acknowledging each emotion as it comes and embracing it and working through it and not trying to fight it. Your unpleasant dreams, as well as challenging life experiences, show you precisely where to shine a light to become a more awake, powerful version of yourself. These dreams show you where you are out of balance or letting your ego get the best of you. Even though it is counterintuitive, turn towards the things that grab you by the collar because they are trying to give you an important message. Turn your nightmares into nightmares by asking how they are trying to help you. Then imagine yourself becoming powerful in the dream. Exaggerate this vision until you feel a shift in perspective. Doing this makes you wiser, more compassionate, and resourceful than before. You can greet the unpleasant aspects of life at the door, laughing, for you know they come bearing gifts. Yeah, absolutely. Yellow. All right, flexibility, adaptability, and personal power. Okay, beautiful. If this is the sacral chakra, I'm going to lose my crap because I just said that earlier, you guys, and that was just a slip of the tongue. Okay, let's see what this is about. Could look good in yellow for some of y'all. It could be a power color, but yeah, it talks about being flexible, adaptable, and your personal power. Okay, so it's the third. It's the solar plexus chakra. Okay, so not quite. Close enough. So, yeah, sacral and solar. So focus on those if you're trying to adjust if you're trying to release emotions, they could be trapped in that chakra area. So try meditations on YouTube. That will help. This card asks you if you're being flexible in a particular situation. It is time to stand in your power and be adaptable to change. Yellow represents the third solar plexus chakra. This color pertains to boundaries, so be sure to define yours. It is time to be assertive. Allow yourself to be an individual within a group. Stand up for what you believe. Identify what is important to you with regard to principles and ethics. Discernment needs to come into play at this time. This card could be revealing an imbalance in your third chakra. Feeling highly competitive with someone else is a sign of this imbalance. You may also feel defensive or insecure or have conflicts with others. This is exactly what I'm talking about here, guys. Conflicts, defensive, insecure. Absolutely. And this destruction, but that could be all part of that dark night of the soul, guys. Okay, so it says that there's additional meanings, so you might want to look up these archangels and call upon them. Uriel, Metatron, and Raziel are associated with this. A shift is about to occur in a job or relationship. It's time to empower yourself or another. You are overthinking this situation. Okay, could be this overthinking here too. Okay. It's time to empower yourself or another. Yes, absolutely. Okay. So, right under that, we have the Ten of Cups reversed. Okay, so I'm feeling a loss here. I'm feeling like this was the connective energy between Scorpio and their twin yesterday. But with the Ten of Cups reversed, I'm feeling like your emotions have spilled over and they're just kind of like after, like once you've just been, you need to address this. Like there's some type of ending here, possibly within a marriage or within a relationship, or a relationship is not going the way you planned and it's just kind of emotionally not fulfilling you. You're not feeling emotionally fulfilled, okay? For a lot of you, your cup is just fucking empty. You had like 10 cups and they're like spilled all over the floor. Like it's been something private. I think a lot of you have kept private. You may share with some people, but it's almost like you have a huge sorrow surrounding yourself, surrounding your situation. Okay, next card is pride and ego. It could be because pride and ego got in the way and ruined a relationship, or because of your pride and ego, you may not be processing the emotions that you have, because maybe you're too proud to do so or to show people that you're hurting right now. So something you need to release here though, guys. Scales, keep your life in balance. Yeah, so they're telling you that your life is getting a little bit out of balance. It's getting a little bit cockeyed, guys. So yeah, especially with that solar plexus chakra, I feel like there's a block there. I feel safer in the silence. You want to tell that to your twin. So again, you may not be connecting with your twin on a telepathic level. You may have shut down that connection with them. You may have, again, I feel like this is even more to do with your whole entire life. I feel safer in silence right now. I feel like for a lot of you, you feel like not saying a goddamn word, like too many words. Like, how are you going to explain to somebody exactly how you're feeling right here? Exactly what's going on with you? it's almost impossible for somebody who's never been through this type of journey to understand. So if you need more guidance, guys, please send me a message. Even if you just need someone to talk to, I'm definitely here. I feel like a lot of you, your thoughts are causing some big problems. And I feel that same way as an Aquarius moon. So I absolutely understand what you're going through. I've been through everything, trust me. So when I say almost everything, like literally almost everything in my life. So if you need to reach out, if you need assistance, if you need a reading, whatever, even if you need someone to talk to, I'm here. Next card is stand up and be recognized. Behold, you are the inspiration you've been looking for. Beautiful. It's number 40, which would be 4 or 40 if that's relevant to you. Excuse me. I learned this, at least by my experience, that if one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. Message. Oh, that was Henry David Thoreau. In the dance of life, sometimes you move towards your purpose, sometimes you move away. And when the stars align, you receive your reward. Outward recognition of an inward quest can be a jubilant affair, and yet it can be its own challenge. If you've been focusing on the essence of the quest itself, for its own sake, not for the applause, ask yourself what you shall do with your ego during this time of recognition. There's nothing wrong with your ego getting a pat on the back because it has come through this journey too, as a passenger, not a driver. Recognition is code for resonance. It says that what you stand for rings a bell in people's hearts and inspires them. The best part of this privilege is in being an inspiration for others to either join your quest or to reach deep within themselves and find their own raison d'être. I think reason for living. I actually don't know the French, what that means. But they're talking about stand up and be recognized. Again, your pride, this is not about this card we just said, but I got a message as I was reading, is this pride and ego may have been a direct correlation with you may have let it stand in the way and then you lost something in a relationship because of it, or you weren't able to apologize or come together with somebody or to have that happy ending because of your pride and ego got in the way and caused some type of rift between you and another person, or you and a family member, could be a friend. I'm feeling family for a lot of you might even be involved in that 10 of Cups reversed. But they want you to stand up and be recognized. So you have something in who you are. Aquarius, you are quirky and amazing and funny and unique. And for fashion, like, I love when I see another Aquarius like me and I'm like, oh my gosh, like, you and I can be stupid together. Like, we can just go off for hours on dumb things, talk about the craziest shit, laugh, and like just have fun. And I love that about like Aquarius in general. So you guys they're telling you that you have so much to offer, and that sometimes you feel like you're going towards your dreams, sometimes you're kind of not, and it's kind of like taking that rest and kind of figuring out what that balance is in your life. So again, it's talking about keeping your life in balance, or scales here. So all right, let's do some clarifying here and get some more information. Let's see why the mutual energy is the Four of Swords reversed. Empress, so could be dealing with a Taurus. You may need to rest so you don't miscarry a baby. For some of you, you may be pregnant. So please be advised that you may be overdoing it at work, and you may be put on bed rest for some of you. Others of you, what I'm feeling like, if you rest, you're going to become the Empress, and you're going to be able to, spring's coming and the growth is coming. And so, this is the time to kind of plant your seeds, to garden, to kind of put your intentions out there, kind of in the spring, and when spring's coming up here soon. It's also telling me that, you're going to feel abundant and stable, and you won't have those things if you don't rest. Like they're telling you need to get more rest. You need to take naps, vitamin C, vitamin D, those type of things. I'm not a doctor, so check with your doctor first, but they're relevant to The sun's here, so getting more sun if possible. That goes with the vitamin D without speaking. Y'all know that. So the Empress is talking about growth, and it's talking about stability. And in order for you to feel stable in your mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual levels, you have to get that rest, you guys, okay? Just do nothing for some of you. Like, I feel that very strongly. So just kind of doing nothing, kind of being lazy, you know, just for a little bit, just so that your body and everything can kind of regroup. All right, so why do we have the Ace of Swords reversed here? Page of Pentacles. Okay. So for some of you you'll go within, you may realize that you maybe want to go back to school, or there's a financial endeavor that you might be looking at accomplishing. Others of you, it could be a child, like a teenager, or younger, maybe even at toddlerish age, that you're going to have to kind of shell out money for some of the expenses that they've got for sports or something along those lines. That's just one of the messages. Another one I feel like is it's a messenger of like a job opportunity here. So for some of you, you may kind of be job hunting, and you need a break from that. For some of you, that's what I'm kind of feeling here. I hear break. It's almost like recovering something, like recovering financially. You may have to do you may have a small payout that's required. Yeah, that's just another message from that card. Besides kind of, and you may blame yourself for it, or you may be trying to figure out ways to come up with the money that you need. That's another message I'm seeing. So, okay. All right, Seven of Wands here. What do we have the Seven of Wands here? It seems pretty self-explanatory, so. Okay. For a lot of you, I feel like, so for the Seven of Wands, it was clarified by the Ace of Cups reversed and the Nine of Wands upright. Okay, so for some of you, I feel like you're keeping up this wall, you're keeping love out, and you may have rejected an offer. You may not be interested in love offers at this time, or that happened in this relationship, and you're like, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for love. I need to focus on myself, and it's this Nine of Wands here. So you go from the 7 to the 9. And what I'm feeling for this is, again, your barriers are only going to get higher and higher if somebody keeps trying to push this love offer at you, or you keep trying to make a relationship work that's not working. If you keep going to this person, they may reject you. I'm sorry, that is a message that I'm seeing here. But with this Nine of Wands, they want to be single, or you want to be single, or your wall based on this type of energy just keeps getting higher and higher and higher and higher, because you are just blocking everything out, including love. You are kind of saying, no, don't come at me with a love offer. I'm not in the mood. I am going through this dark night of the soul, and I don't have time for that shit right now. I have to take care of my destruction, and I don't want you to get involved in my tornado. All right, why is the Ten of Cups here? And this could be why this Ten of Cups is here as well. Okay. All right, we have the King of Pentacles, clarifying the Ten of Cups reversed, and the Knight of Cups reversed. Okay, so I feel like somebody, an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, could be involved in the situation. Could be someone who's financially stable or older. Could be a father figure. But there's something to do with a love offer. So the Knight of Cups is reversed. You could have two different men. You could have an earth sign and then a water sign. So Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. We do have, I guess we don't have it here. But we do have the Empress here, and we have the King of Pentacles. So it's very possible that that there's the earth sign involved. There's not two men necessarily. For some, there are. For some, this younger water sign is not presenting with any type of love offer. They're not being loving or kind or offering any type of friendship or anything like that. But what I really feel from this is the King of Pentacles is doing that. So whoever this earth sign is that is involved, unless you have earth in your chart, it's almost like, again, like I'm more focused on my finances. I'm focused on money. I am not worried about love. So it's either you or someone else is more focused on that, and this is what's causing this Ten of Cups to be reversed. So it could be a family dynamic. It could be a father and a brother here. So a father here with the King of Pentacles that's very stable, grounded, financially does pretty well, or just, making ends, not struggling with that King of Pentacles. And it could be also a brother who, who's in the same family dynamic, the Knight of Cups. So Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces in their chart, or that's their main ascendant. They are, it's almost like there's fighting, but it causes an imbalance in the family dynamic. So if it's like your husband here with the King of Pentacles and your child with the Knight of Cups, that's possibly what's happening. If it's just the husband who's embodying that Knight of Cups, they're the reason, or you, that you're just focused on money. They're focused on money. They're not actually focused on love here. For exactly on this side, it's almost like even if you're in a relationship, you're like, I need you to get the hell away from me because I'm losing my shit. And I need to go and do that, and I need nobody else to have to be involved in it, which is really hard when you're going through something hard and you're married and you have kids or etc. and you have a family that depends on you. That can get super hard for Aquarius. All right, so oh my gosh, you guys, this is the same. You could definitely be dealing with a Scorpio. This was in the Scorpio reading. So it's not here, but you could be. We've got the Knight of Cups here, so it's possible. We have a lot of earth, though, in your reading. Okay, so your fortune for you and your twin is Mountain. Okay? Know that you're protected as you face challenges, but remain cautious. Again, I feel like you're traveling, so I feel like you're trying to learn something as well about yourself. You could be going through a spiritual awakening, and you could be traveling through that realm, metaphysically speaking. You could be doing both. You could, or one or the other. You could just be in the physical world, just traveling to other countries, just traveling, backpacking, could be going into the mountains. Very beautiful energy here. So, but I see there are some challenges, and to remain cautious, and to really take a look at that pride and ego. This pride and ego also could be attached to this King of Pentacles and this Knight of Cups. Okay, guys, so I'm really feeling like, even though, because these fall below it, I'm really feeling like this could be causing an imbalance in a family situation. Okay, so I hope that makes sense for you guys. Leave me some comments below, and I will see you for your twin side of the reading and for the end of March for your videos. Take care.